Let me ask you this. How much power, assuming the Democrats... So here's what I know. Either the Democrats will barely squeak it out in the House, which probably doesn't seem likely at this point.
It just seems unlikely.
So it's going to be... We're going to have like 10 Joe Manchins, basically, moving forward, right? Yeah, every person that's in a purple state is going to be a new Joe Manchin for anything that's even remotely...
In the Senate?
No, in the House.
In the House?
Yeah.
If we eke out
if we eke it out, right? So if Trump wants to push out, we're getting rid of all... We're kicking out all of the... whatever, right? Something
Puerto
he
Ricans,
can't...
Haitians.
Yeah, something he can't do with an executive action, and he needs the House. I still feel like there's not enough support from even the Republican House people to do it, because they're like, if I do this, I'm going to get...
Actually, I'm sorry, just as a quick thing, was the ACA, did he try to kill that with a 4-4 court, or did he have a majority in his court when he tried to kill... Or no, I'm sorry, not the ACA, DACA.
DACA, it depends which effort. So there was an effort in, I think, 2018, someone correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe even before that, and it was split 4-4.
Okay. Did that ever survive a 5-4 Trump's court challenge, or?
It did on procedural grounds on the Administrative Procedures Act because it was done improperly. But
okay, so then that's potential. Is that 800,000? Do you know how many DACA kids that we've paid money to educate, that we have like as members of our economy that aren't committing crimes?
They're all removable. They're all deportable.
Yeah. Okay. By single unilateral action by Donald Trump, assuming procedurally he does it correctly.
I wasn't saying. By the way, I was asking how much damage is it that he can do
by himself?
Yeah,
a lot.
A lot. He's the president, and the president, especially under Republicans, loves to expand that power.
If we don't have, if all we have is like, we're the minority, if the Democrats are the minority, and maybe there's a few Murkowskis or something like that in there in between, basically it doesn't matter, is what you're saying.
Basically, he's in control of the whole government.
So he can literally just do whatever he wants.
He has the courts. He has the Senate. If he really wants something, I think that they'll destroy the filibuster.
Is there any...
Wait, real quick. Do we know, is the Senate...
Senate's gone.
Like how much?
The minimum is 46. We could get up to 48. Rosen is looking good in Nevada. Casey, it's super, super close.
Okay, so at best, or at their worst, they have 52 votes in the Senate.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's still 2 Manchins to fuck shit up.
On the Republicans don't have those.
You have Murkowski and Collins.
No, they have 52 votes in the Senate.
So we would have Murkowski and Collins, but that's 50-50. J.D. Vance breaking ties.
So we need a third one.
You would need a third to
who is the most?
And that's our best case scenario because they might have 54.
They might have 54.
So basically, then, okay, well that's the Senate. The Senate can't do anything without the House. Right? So how close is the House?
No, because a lot of the agency stuff, that's only through the Senate. So things like approving crazy bonkers judges, crazy bonkers.
Are you telling me that fucking thing, that movie we all watched lied to me? I thought bills got born in the House.
He's not talking about bills. He's talking about like, so let's say that Donald Trump wants to make like Rudy Giuliani a Supreme Court justice. He just needs the Senate to confirm that, and he has it. Stuff like that. Yeah.
So at this point, let's just say that Trump fucking takes out the remaining liberal justices for whatever reason. Just, SEAL Team 6 is that. Literally that.
We are hoping and praying for the Republicans to be the guardrails in the states. In that situation.
The only Republicans that were guardrails were bureaucrats, which is what, is it Section F or is it, not Section, Schedule F? That's trying to get rid of that. Yeah. The only Republicans that were willing to stand against... that is funny that you said that, though.
I'm just saying, I'm just being real with you guys, that if a scenario like that were to happen, the bulwark against that would be MAGA Republicans.
No, I understand. But you're like a Jew who's like walking to the gas chambers and you're like, I know that Hitler's doing this, but I think Goebbels going to show up and save us. Like, he's on his way, I swear.
Steven, it's cold comfort. I'm not trying to be comforting.
No, I know, I understand, yeah. But I'm saying that like any elected Republican won't do it. A bureaucrat could because they're not trying to win elections. But an elected Republican...
What power do, like the person in charge of the VA, someone that's not elected but was put there, literally they can just be fired for political reasons?
Yeah, especially with this court, they're all in on the unitary theory. So
you can hire and fire. Well, to be clear, even without unitary theory, the president of the United States is allowed to hire and fire
a huge amount of power.
Let's move a subject here.
Yeah.
Okay, because I think we need to do this. Be realistic.
Yeah.
3 months left. What should Biden do?
There's very little he can do.
It sounds like there's a lot he can do, because it sounds like there's a lot that Trump can do. So what should Biden do in 3 months, starting tomorrow?
So
he should pull the plug as hard as he can on every piece of legislation that Democrats passed.
I I don't know.
I don't think it's fair to say that Trump can be able to do whatever he wants and then saying that Biden, well, he's fucked, he can't do anything. He's a lame duck, old fuck that's going to be dead in a few years no matter what anyways.
Well, what do you want him to do?
He should
I
also
want him to
enact
do everything that
every
Trump
single
is trying-
tariff, every single tariff Trump said he was going to put on, Biden should put on too. Yeah.
I think he should do something besides nothing for the next 3 months. If we're so concerned with Trump literally going fucking crazy, I think that then
here's
fucking
the
Biden does
problem.
the opposite.
So I see two kind of avenues of what you're taking. Either he can intentionally fuck up the country so that Trump has some kind of fucked up thing he has to deal with, or he can do something like fucking obscene and criminal, like take people out.
No. What about something to
bad.
stop something that Trump wants to do in the future with questionable?
He's cucked. He's a lame dumb. He can't negotiate with people. Because
He doesn't need to. Just do it.
What I mean is, in international politics, he could try to do some shit, but like, who cares about that?
I feel like we're okay. You're like, what can he do? I'm saying he can do a lot that will then get challenged in the Supreme Court and everything in 6 months to a year down the road. But what can he just fucking do and say
that
fuck
Trump
you?
can't undo?
No, Trump can still undo it. But
there's nothing really.
What can he set in motion?
Like what?
That once
Or
you
like what's
press
an
the button,
example?
it's
Like
done?
Trump can't undo.
What's a bad example?
Or like, what's
fucking
an example?
launching a nuke at Russia. Obviously,
Oh.
like as an
Okay,
example.
well, then that's the-
Right? No. I'm just.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
can't
saying we
undo
do that.
that.
I'm not saying we
Yeah.
do that. I'm just giving that as an example of that's something that you could do that would fuck a lot of things moving forward that cannot be undone. Right? As an example.
Yes, it is. You have found an example that Trump can't undo that.
There are other things that Biden can do, short of insane shit like that he could do today.
He could start a trade war or an actual war to make it so Trump has a heart. But he's not going to do that. But also, I don't want that. I don't want him to like cause chaos for Trump to deal with because I don't think that that'll be good. And
Can Biden go right now and, like Trump is promising to do, where he would take everyone that's a loyalist, or sorry, that's not a loyalist, and fire them and put someone else in? Can he just go ahead right now and fire everyone? And then
yeah, but then Trump's just gonna. You're making Trump's job easier. He'll be like, "Thanks, Biden. Now I can. Now I don't even have to worry about it.
there must be something. Here's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
There must be some things that once you do it, you can't get back in, and the only way to change that law is to have a supermajority.
The problem is you're assuming that like
That was already in
no.
place.
The president can do things unilaterally that can be undone unilaterally, but he can't do something that
Easy
requires
come,
like all the
easy
government,
go.
and then it like can
Yeah.
or does something on his own that has to be taken back by all the government.
What I'm trying to think of is like an example, like for instance, once someone is a felon, okay, there's a law already on the books, okay. If you're a felon, that once you're a felon, you can't buy a car, okay, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter, right? And that law has been on the books forever. And the only way to get that law off the books is with a supermajority.
Yeah, well, but you had to pass the law first, right?
No, I'm saying if there's laws in place right now.
But then he wouldn't be doing anything. It would just be laws on the books right now. No.
And anything
Yeah,
he's
but,
gonna do is gonna be
the
reviewed by
idea is that
courts.
you kick people into this type of thing already, right? So you make people felons, and by virtue of that, now they can't go and do this other thing because there's other laws in place that can't be removed.
He can pardon Hunter Biden.
He should pardon Hunter
How
Biden.
about
He
that?
absolutely should.
What about if
He should.
Like as a meme, what about if he literally just fucking pardoned every federal criminal?
He could do that. That'd be unreviewable.
That would be done. You can't stop that.
Correct.
That would.
Why the fuck would he get every federal criminal out of jail?
It's a type of thing just to fucking.
It is a type of thing, yes.
It is a type of thing. Or why doesn't he pardon every single person that's committed a drug crime immediately?
That'd be pretty. You want drug dealers to
Didn't he
come
do
out
that
to-
with marijuana?
No, not entirely, but maybe he should
Are
do
you
it all.
sure?
Kamala.
He's.
I think there was something.
I think
there.
the thing is, just as a quick
simple possession.
Yeah, just as a quick thing, I don't remember the numbers offhand, but in the U.S. population, federal prisons account for I think it's
It's
less
a
than
small
10%
amount,
of
yeah.
all prisoners. It's mainly state prisons.
This is just the type of stuff I'm thinking about. What is possible for this fucker to do in the last 3 months that maybe will be challenged, not by. That can't be undone by an action, right? It's something you do it, and people are like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't press that button. And once you press the button, people can argue about it. And 6 months to a year later, after court, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't have pressed that button.
Yeah.
But what can he just say? Fuck you, challenge me in court and press that button today and make it so that maybe Trump can't accomplish all of his goals.
I would have said Obama should have just installed Merrick Garland as a Supreme Court justice at the end of his term.
Wow.
And said because Congress has waived its obligation under Article 1 or Article 2, I don't know, to give advice and consent.
Actually, this is a good thing.
But I mean, that's one example I can think of, but whatever.
Hold on.
That's
What does it take to appoint? What is the law of appointing a Supreme Court judge?
You need to have a vacancy, a place for them to sit.
What does it actually say? Because it's been increased multiple times in the past, not for a long time, but they've increased, like as far as the packing.
You
the
need a
court.
statute.
Okay, so basically the president unilaterally can increase the amount.
No.
He needs what?
Congress to pass an act, a law.
Okay.
They never do that.
So he can't.
They
just
don't even
go-
have the Democratic votes in the Senate to do that.
I don't know.
And
I feel like
you
he
need to
should,
break the filibuster to do that as well.
I feel like he would have to do something now that will be challenged and take time to challenge, and it'll have to go to the Supreme Court. But something that once you've
Biden,
done
love
it,
him, mean it. And Biden, I think that you've done the best job of a president in my lifetime. His time is cooked. This is cooked. He's a lame duck. He's got no power anymore to do long-lasting things.
that's not true.
It's a divided
I mean,
government.
it's a shitty example, but he could launch like a nuke at Russia, solidifying our countries being at war. I'm not saying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm giving an example. You're saying there's nothing he can do. There are more things like that he can do that can't.
Give a more
be undone.
mid-example. That's not like nuking somebody.
Sorry. I don't mean to laugh.
Okay,
I understand,
no, I'll give
I
you
understand
an
the frustration. I do.
He could tell China we're no longer protecting Taiwan. It's all yours. He could end
Anything relating to foreign stuff. The problem with negotiating with democracies is if you know that the person is on the way out, the other countries just won't take anything you say seriously.
Yep.
Couldn't he literally just destroy our military if he wanted to?
No.
No? He couldn't say, I hereby command the
They
military.
didn't impeach and remove him for that.
I'm pretty sure
If
the
he'd
president.
be like,
One, he would get
unilaterally-
impeached. Two, a lot of the stuff that
And
goes to
how-
the
and how
military is like
fast?
congressionally
Hey, I'm sorry,
approved.
Can
Quickly.
the president with what
If he
authority-
says, I'm tearing down the military or something approaching that, or it's understood,
What about if he's like, I want all these battle cruisers at this position tomorrow?
and just
I don't
do
even
the
think
funniest thing
I don't
in
think
the
they would
world,
even do it. I don't know if they would even follow through on it.
Okay.
But his,
Again,
You
this
have
is all,
so
this
many
is all
leaks.
hypotheticals. I'm not suggesting this shit. I'm just saying, you think that the supreme commander of the armed forces
Commander in Chief, yeah.
cannot say, I want all of my carriers, all of my ships at this in this port tomorrow.
He could.
He
It
could
would
say
be
it,
an
but, like,
absolute
didn't-
fucking shit show.
well, I don't even know if they would do it. They'd probably just say, "Sorry, bro, you're crazy." Because didn't Trump try to do this with Afghanistan on his way out? Didn't Trump say, "I want to withdraw every single soldier and
Syria?
contractor out"? Was it Syria? I thought it was Afghanistan. He was like, "I just want to pull everybody out." And was it Mark Milley? Somebody was like, "Bro, we're not doing that. That's wild."
timetable. Yeah, it might have been
Oh,
Afghanistan.
here's a good example. Great. This is a perfect one. Thank you to the person in chat. What about if Biden says, I'm hereby, by my executive decree, giving Ukraine 10 nuclear weapons?
I don't
That's
know.
a perfect example. Thank you, Chatter. That's a great example of something you can do that cannot be undone.
Can the president unilaterally sell military stuff to other? I don't think we can do that. I don't think
Why?
the president even has
Why-
that power.
why-
He would be
friendly?
condemned across I
don't think so.
The world for doing that.
Why?
In violation of the non-proliferation. I mean,
Who cares?
America. Who cares? I care.
I don't care. Did Trump
think that
care
would
about
not
this
be
shit?
good.
People don't care. Yeah, wouldn't be good. Why not do that?
I don't think that's probably
Because
too
it's a
much.
throwing a tantrum. What you're
Well, that's not.
describing-
No, not
I
even.
don't-
Fuck the
that's-
tantrum. That's like leading to the destruction of the entire world.
No, it's not.
Starting to hand out nuclear weapons to
Just
people
whoever-
is that
it's
would
like
be
Toys R Us? Nukes are us.
that would be bad.
I'm giving you an example. Okay, fine. Not a nuke. Something is insanely powerful. Like, hey, we're going to give you 10,000 fucking, I don't know, Trident ICBMs. They'll be there tomorrow. We're selling to you for $1.
I don't know what level of reasonableness you're asking. If Biden were to make an order like that, nobody would follow through on it. Nobody in the military
I
would follow through on
disagree.
it. Okay.
First off, you have to follow
You
through.
don't have to. Nobody's forcing you. Unless Biden's going to show up with a gun and hold it to your head, they don't have to do
He is the
anything.
commander of the
Doesn't
armed
matter
forces.
if he can be the commander of the whatever. They're not going
I
to do
think
it.
He has no leverage. He has no. People understand.
He's going to get impeached.
I-
Like military commanders are going to go before fucking Congress. They're not going to follow him.
That takes time.
So does approving orders and shipping weapons and whatever. Unless Biden's going to go there personally with an AK-47 and tell people to, it's not going to happen.
I think both of you guys are, and you guys know so much more than me, but I think you're both wrong. I think if he puts in an order, says, tomorrow, I want this equipment sent here, I think he
Biden
can-
tried, or I'm sorry,
Formalistically,
Trump
you're
tried to
correct.
make Jeffrey Clark the Attorney General on a phone call. He did. They were marking him as the Attorney General in the call logs, but it didn't happen because he had no idea what he was doing. He tried to make Sidney Powell a fucking special prosecutor
counsel, yeah.
because he said it on the phone to her. Like, it didn't happen. Like, you can't just, even though technically he does have the power to
Yeah.
kind of do that, but you can't. There are
formally-
people
When you
involved
say
here.
it didn't happen, though, It kind of almost did. Like when he did that shit, did he not?
I don't know what the game we're playing
sort
is.
of,
Yeah.
sort of, but I agree with you formally. I think Stephen
In practice, it's not. People aren't going to follow
we're
through
in the
on
real
it.
world, and he's going to face all kinds of pushback that will nullify anything.
So you think that the commanders of the armed forces right now are not interested in listening to Biden? They're not.
I think that there have been multiple times in world history where, from the top down, there was an understood moment where nuclear weapons were supposed to be launched at a country, and multiple people involved said, "We're not going to do this," and the world averted nuclear disaster as a result of that. And if there was ever a compulsion to do something militarily, it would have been at these times.
What about this then? What about if there's a million ways to go this. What about Israel has nukes? What about if Biden says to Israel, "Hey, I want you to give some nukes to Ukraine, and for that I'm going to send you a fuck ton of aid right now."
Israel will be like, no. Oh, in exchange for aid?
Yeah.
If you give nukes to Ukraine?
I don't know if we can do call-ins right now.
Why?
Brian Tyler Cohen wants to call in.
Oh, yeah, tell him to call in.
Supposedly. Well, I'm sorry, actually, somebody just said he's in YouTube chat, but I don't even know if we can handle it right now.
Why not?
If you have Discord, because I don't know if this is still wired for it.
It should be. Add.
But
Message him the account.
If you want to say it. Actually, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. I don't even know if he actually said that. Some fucking retard in my chat said that. So I don't actually know if he wanted to.
I understand the frustration. In my opinion, Biden can't do much to protect the country. The country has made its decision clear. The people have made their decision clear. It's up to us to draw lessons from it and find out what we're going to do. What I know I don't want to do, even though I understand.
What do you think would happen?
Is to give everything to Trump.
Hold on. Hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
What would happen if tomorrow Ukraine had 5 nukes?
There's a whole question about they have to have like the delivery system. They have to be able to maintain them. Like the nuclear shit needs to be like refreshed or whatever.
I think it's different for
everyone
for
in NATO would
for like a reactor.
No, even for missiles, they require like an upkeep in order to keep them functional and tested and to have delivery system. It's like a whole ass.
Everyone in the world, I think everyone in the world
would hate the United States.
Would condemn the United
States. Or not unilaterally, multilaterally. Every single country on the planet would condemn it. Yeah.
Well, anyways, these are the types of things I'm saying as an example of things that I believe that Biden could do.
Yeah, and it feels, and I'm not saying that because I feel the frustration. I think it's a real frustration. It feels like a tantrum. It does, and not necessarily from you. I'm saying
sorry. One more. I don't even know if you could do this. Does the president have the ability to make someone a citizen?
No, Congress has the power of naturalization.
So the president can't give someone citizenship.
Not beyond what Congress has. Well, I mean, we'd have to test it, right? I guess, but Congress has the power of naturalization.
No, the president can make citizens.
Show me where that's allowed.
All you have to do is bang your mom, have a kid. Boom! U.S. citizen.
Busted.
Absolutely destroyed.
Destroyed.
Yikes.
Yeah, obviously declassifying powers. I just
the Epstein folder.
Sure, but I don't know if that moves the needle. I'm talking about stuff to try and prevent what we know is coming. What's coming under Trump?
We know shit ton of shit.
We know that Russia is going to take Ukraine. Right? And the current administration does not want that to happen.
Donald Trump has promised to end the war in Ukraine on day one.
Yeah, and we all know how that's
I think that's not going to bode well for Ukraine. And I think that means that there's going to be some settlement, some agreement whereby some large chunks of Ukraine are given over, ceded to Russia, including Crimea. And
Brian, I'm Steve Abundell, the second in chat. You can email me on that email if you want to hop in. I think the war will end soon. I think that Crimea and I think that Luhansk and Donetsk I think are going to be given to Russia because Trump is going to want to pull the plug on that conflict, and I think Russia might even give back like Zaporizhzhia and
the power plant
and Kherson or whatever. They might even give back something as a sign of good faith, and then Trump will say that he like made peace.
What is amnesty exactly? Like how? Like I'm seeing people like pardon, give more citizens, all this type of shit. Like can Biden right now do something with all the illegal immigrants if he wanted to?
The president has 3 different temporary like immigration measures that he can do to let people in like temporarily. One is called TPS, which is temporary protected status.
That can be undone,
but that's all just temporary stuff. That's not citizenship.
He can parole in place. He can, that's going to be cucked by the courts, and you're going to have a lot of trouble with this Supreme Court. Think about what they did undoing the student debt stuff. If you have any kind of wide systemic immigration relief by this administration, one, you're going to anger the population who just voted in one of the most hawkish immigration person. You're not tracking where the country is. That's number one. And then number two, it's going to get cut by the courts. You're going to invoke the major questions doctrine or some other doctrine to be like, or maybe even legitimate statutory interpretation to say, hey, president can't do this. I mean, Congress has made specific paths for you to get a green card. And I don't think that the president has the authority to just snap his fingers and give all these people green cards.
All right. I'm going to stop going in on this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. You guys are like, when Trump's in place, he's going to fucking do everything. Unilaterally, he's going to do whatever he wants. And I'm like, so, hey, what can Biden do for 3 months? And you're like, oh, nothing.
Because Trump is doing it at the start of his administration with a mandate from the American people.
Yep.
Biden just lost the election. That's a totally different thing, yeah. Like if you ask me, what can the president do in 3 months? That answer is way different at the start of the administration versus the end. There's a way different.
I still feel like he could do stuff right now.
He did a bunch of stuff at the start of his administration.
I feel like in the next
Trump.
3 months, he still has roughly half of Americans supporting him. Generals still, they might not like it, still have to listen to his orders.
They don't.
I think if you don't listen to an order that's lawful.
If you get too crazy, what he's saying is that you're going to see people.
If you go too crazy, but I don't think right now,
Ukraine?
Hold on. Right now, the policy of the United States is that we are protecting and defending Ukraine. We are giving them weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not so far. Holy shit! Wait a second. We're giving them shit that already does a lot of damage. Okay, maybe we're not giving them a fucking SAR bomb.
I'm not even sure Ukraine would accept them.
Okay, forget the nuclear weapons. What about giving them a fuck ton of I don't know, javelins or whatever the fuck it is that they would need to actually make a difference. Long-range missiles that can strike into
do it unilaterally. I think you need approval from Congress for that.
To sell weapons.
Don't you?
Well, you could just send them once they have them. Undo that. But
I mean, he is a supreme commander. It's his decision.
It's the supreme commander, but I don't know who owns. I don't know if it's the United States Army, as an entity that owns something.
Biden absolutely could do things to improve Ukraine's armaments in the time left he has. He absolutely could do that, 100%.
Yeah, and he could give them, for instance, the example would be forget nukes because that's too inflammatory.
He could give
a long-range missiles that could strike directly into the center of Moscow. Yes. He could give them a huge delivery of them that could basically annihilate Moscow.
Yes, but he would risk.
What?
There are strategic reasons why he hasn't done that yet. There are geostrategic interests. At one point, I think there's a leak that they were estimating the possibility of a Russia tactical nuclear was at 50%. There are reasons why the Biden administration has maintained the policy. I know people are so frustrated with the wishy-washiness sometimes and this kind of middle road approach by Biden, but there is a method to the madness in some accounts. And maybe for the American electorate, that didn't work.
What about giving one to Poland as an example?
Giving a nuke to Poland.
Yeah.
Giving a nuke to somebody is that's doomsday level shit. You're
giving a fuck ton of long-range missiles to Poland.
What is Poland going to do? Poland can't attack.
The idea, is that Poland's probably next.
That's a different.
Poland also has an autocratic little bent. It
doesn't matter.
Them.
Poland's in NATO.
I know.
So that's a whole Article 5. I don't think Russia would even attack Poland.
Okay.
I understand. Listen, it sucks. This really sucks. There was a reason why we were fighting tooth and nail to try to convince people, but we didn't win, and our message wasn't getting through. And so we need to do something other than coming up with these fun little.
So what are the executive actions that are limited by President Biden? What can't he do?
There's a lot of things he cannot do.
What can he do?
Wait, what's the next part of this conversation?
I don't know. I think that the next part of the conversation is.
What do you think? You keep making it sound like there's some really obvious soul searching that the Democrats need to do to be nicer to people or to be more cocked or to
I think that
use anal gapers so that we can be ready to get fucked by multiple dicks at the same time. What is it? What do you think needs to happen?
One, I think that we need to. There's part of what you're saying that I totally agree with. We need to grow some balls, and that starts with the Democratic politicians, but it also starts with you. We already have balls, but I mean to say, you need to expand on your level of influence that you already have.
Yeah,
the
I've been
media
working on it,
sphere right now, the alt media sphere is dominated by right wingers, and by crazy MAGA cultists. This is an effort for us to purge the cultists, or at least make it some kind of fair fight in the alt sphere. So we're getting our message out.
Yeah,
we're getting our framing out.
I agree.
And I think that's a positive thing that we can do.
Yeah.
Is to grow as an enterprise.
I agree.
Based. And then let's back some politicians. Let's carry forward some of the work that you've done already in the canvassing, but let's support base politicians. People with balls, people with some kind of personality, some kind of identity beyond just anti-Trumpism. We need to define ourselves as more than just what we're in opposition against. That's my take.
In which Discord is he? Oh God, trying to do this live. You guys are making me want to kill myself.
Hold on. What's his name?
I don't even know if he's in like a voice channel. I don't know which Discord he's in. I don't know if he's in Destiny or.
There's a fuck ton of people on this channel.
Oh damn.
What would his name be?
Brian Tyler. Oh, I don't know what to be on Discord.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
A stoned troll. Oh, Brian Tyler.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be him, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, sorry. Friends. All right, I sent that guy a friend request.
One thing I did, I have thought about this. I'll probably talk about this in the coming days on my stream because I want to think about like different media approaches. I'm never gonna. I don't want to like be on my knees like begging the Democrats to like work with me because it is a lot of hubris or whatever. But if not me, they need to like find some strong center left. Like I want to go fuck with people because it is kind of insane that like, and I said this a lot and I kind of believe it that like I'm probably too hot for any like mainstream campaign to handle. Like I'm sympathetic. Well, hold on. Before I would have said I agree with that. Now I think I would say I'm sympathetic towards that. I think now I'm less sympathetic with that. But it's insane that I would have to say like they should probably stay as far away from me as possible because I'm just way too much. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is like doing shows with Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Why don't we work with Cenk? Why don't you work with Cenk?
I'll do shows with Cenk. I'll do shows with Cenk.
There's common cause between some of these people. And guess what?
The problem is
Cenk
that
was pretty base in a lot of moments.
Cenk was absolutely. I had a good bonding moment with Mehdi. I loved chatting with him afterwards. It was a lot of fun. He was a cool dude. But the issue is that all of this is something I complained about earlier. There's so many different things at play here. This is a lot. There's not like one thing for this, right? There's a lot of things at play. But another thing that's at play is that Republicans are lockstep with their messaging from Fox News to Rob Noor, from the Daily Wire to a guy that goes on Tim Pool's show
to
and has
Brett
his own
Cooper
podcast.
to the all their little
on the center left media sphere. All of our most radical people hate our party. They hate our party.
Yeah.
Hassan was streaming to 200,000-300,000 people on Twitch. He hates the Democrats. Never advocates for Kamala.
Yeah.
Brianna Joy Gray or whatever. All the big fighting people on the left.
Might as well be MAGA.
Kyle Kalinske. Although he's
been based.
He did. Yeah.
He was based for Kamala.
It's hard though to say that like I want you to vote for these people that are pro-genocide, That's a hard one.
So we need to get an identity. We need to find out where we stand.
Yeah, but the identity's never not. No, I'm sorry. Those people need to be ejected. They need to be not included, and there needs to be more outreach to like your strong center left warriors.
Wow, that was a great episode.
Who was that guy?
Yeah, really. I knew this episode was happening. I was really hoping that we won. Because that would have been a super fun episode.
Oh, yeah?
That would have been a sick episode. And I'm sorry that didn't happen. But
it's your fault personally.
I have a lot of hope for us and what we're going to do. And so I'm super sad, but I don't despair. And I think that Brian is striking a lot of the right notes. And I'm glad that he came on when he did.
Wow.
And I think Dan, at the end there, he got his head where it needed to be. I think
you got him on your side.
The let's just give up thing. I'm glad that we're not there. But
well, I think that's still a reasonable strategy as far as full accelerationism. I guess I still feel that way. I think it's probably so cooked right now. I don't think the Democrats will ever be able to win another election. I think there's like probably 80% chance that's the case. That we're a full monarchy now.
It's only the case if you believe it.
No, it's only the case if it happens, and there's nothing we can do about it.
All you need is some out-of-control event that makes the economy bad for a couple years, and people will vote for the other party. I think if we've learned anything.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, tell that to Putin.
And I just want to put it in perspective, though, Dan. It's not like he had this groundswell of majority. This is like, in terms of popular vote, I know that's not the way we win. 1-2 points, in line with the polls.
Was it less? He got less votes than last election, I think?
Less votes than 2020.
Yeah.
What is Putin's popularity rating?
No one knows.
No one knows.
He's an autocrat.
Yeah, because that's how it's going to be, right? It doesn't matter, right?
I think there's too much for him to chew through to get to Putin levels of totalitarianism. But
I don't think we're there yet.
Oh my God! I hope this is not the Dan is always right thing. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about it, but again, my life will be awesome. Sucks to be the Hispanic voter that got lied to be in this place, but
yeah,
it does.
Yeah. We got to start embracing our Latino roots a little more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna learn Spanish. We can practice. How cool would that be?
Spanish, you know that.
Barely.
No, bro.
That one guy in my Jubilee thing, he spoke better Spanish than you for sure. The guy in red. I could tell across from me.
¿Cuál? Oh, el peruano.
Was that his name?
He was Peruvian.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we can take Spanish.
Wouldn't you
classes.
say persona Peruva? Like
No,
like a Peruvian person?
Peruano.
That you're using.
Iguana?
That's not people
Oh
first.
my
That's not people first
God.
language. I'm just saying, okay?
Oh my
I'm just saying you're not being
God.
very people first right now with your Spanish, so
Yeah.
it's making me uncomfortable.
Well, thanks everybody for joining. Are we closing out? We're closing out, right?
Well, I don't know. What do we have anything else to talk about?
Oh, yeah, there's a video I want to watch real
yeah.
quick. Hold on one second. This one is an important one. Let me turn this
Oh,
on.
is it?
I just wanted to pull up something real quick.
Oh, no.
Oh, let's just watch this.
Are you voting for her, or will you not say because you don't want to endorse her? Just curious, because not sure where you stand. What difference does it make in your calculation? Like I'm being for real. Like it doesn't change my analysis even a little bit. What difference does that fucking make? I don't know why people keep consistently asking me. I've already told you, okay? I don't know. That's it. And to the many people in the chat that say, oh, dude, your advocacy for her will change the outcome of this election, then they should listen to me.
Are you supporting any candidates this year?
No, not at all. I've been a big advocate of the uncommitted voting campaign as well against Joe Biden in the Democratic primaries.
I'm the undecided voter, by the way, and I've decided, okay? Actually, I'm even more undecided now. Why am I undecided? Because I wanted to know who would be committed to Israel doing the first strike on Tehran. Who will be the brave candidate, the brave administration that will allow Israel to do nuclear holocaust. And now I'm even more undecided because both of them said yes to it. So now I'm even more undecided, which is why I'm writing in Biden.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm gonna say something a little controversial. All right.
get
So
him.
on the one hand, I disagree with what he said. I supported Kamala, but in terms of can we have some candidates who stake out clear positions and who have some actual like identity? Love Tim Walz, definitely mean it, but there's some directionally true about the fact that the Democrats look weaselly in every interaction, even with someone as authentic as Tim Walz. And I think Hassan and some people like that can identify that. And at times we're blind to it because we are in bubbles.
No, I think we do see it, but I think was this on stream or off stream when we were chatting about how it's hard because we're a really big tent party. There's a lot of different things that we're trying to keep like concerned about at the same time, and I think the Republicans are a lot more narrowly focused for the people they're trying to appeal to, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's difficult for
It's definitely, I'm not lying. It's a harder line to walk for them, but their messaging sucks.
Well, it's
And
not
they
that I'm
look
not saying it's a harder line to
weaselly.
walk. What I'm saying is it's impossible, and you'd have to start ejecting some
Walz's
people.
answer sucked on Israel-Palestine. And we should be honest about that.
Yeah, but like, it's fucking Israel-Palestine. What is the good answer supposed to be?
Find something better than, we always will defend Israel and...
Bro, no offense, but Israel and Palestine's answer to Israel-Palestine sucks. Like, I mean, what the fuck? Everybody's answer to that
Find
sucks. Like,
something. We can't
yeah, just
lose.
lie. True, lie.
Okay, well, Pisco, this was very fun.
Yeah.
You know what the best answer?
What?
Unironically, you know what I would have liked to see if we could have run it back?
What?
I wanted to see Woodward's Biden. You know what the best take on Israel-Palestine?
What?
It was when Woodward reported that Biden said he got off the phone and he was like,
Fuck.
I just talked to the two biggest assholes, the biggest fucking
Why
assholes in the
not?
Middle East, Netanyahu and Mahmoud Abbas.
Why not?
That was a good
Wait.
ass answer. True, they are.
Bibi does it. Bibi constantly throwing bombs at Biden, constantly undermining the United States of America.
That quote from that, BB, what the fuck? When he said,
Why?
These are Biden
don't
quotes,
they?
by the way. Yeah.
What has Blinken got us?
No, that's
Seriously.
true. No, that's true. I would have wanted to see that before. Yeah.
We're so fucking cooked. That's a...
But
They didn't start
stay
feeding
hopeful.
Biden babies until after he'd already dropped out of the fucking race, though. Fuck. Maybe be earlier.
Stay joyful. All right. Hey, guys, big things are coming.
That is true.
This-
Can I talk
yeah.
real quick?
Yeah.
Don't announce my candidacy yet.
All right, some really big things are coming. There is one silver lining, okay, that I want to let you guys know of, and that is that Dan Clancy is actually quite anti-Trump. There's a lot of anti-Trump posts that he's made, and now he's fucked. He is fucked absolutely because it is probably, remember we were talking about how all these sites are like conservative bent, like Twitter and all these other ones, right? Well, guess what? I know a far left media site, and I'm quite, it has a very anti-Israel bias. And I'm excited to move forward and continue with that. And I think everyone, by the way, should go to advertise on twitch.com. Hold on one second.
Well, I think it would be based if we could get Destiny back on Twitch and we can take over that space.
Yeah, good one.
Listen, I'm just saying. I think it would be based to have him back and to actually be pushing a unified message on all these platforms, including Twitch.
We do need to grow. Hutch, Dylan, you're on Twitch still?
Yeah, I'm a partner.
Not you though,
But not me.
because you have Rob Noren stuff on too much.
Well,
You'll be growing those people. Not good.
We'll be thinking about that. Well, I'm still going to be debating conservative.
No, I'm just.
I'm still going to be, and so is he.
Everyone go to advertise on twitch.com. We're still doing like 10 emails per minute. We still have been for the past few days.
If it means getting Steven back on Twitch,
I don't give a
Never
shit
happening.
about that. What I give a shit about,
I care about that.
I don't give a fuck about. Why would he even be on Twitch in the first place?
Because it's another
You know how much
platform.
money he was making less on Twitch compared to YouTube?
It's not just about the money.
It's not about the money. It's about sending.
Yeah, to be in a fucking echo
message.
chamber.
Well, right now it's an echo chamber.
Right now,
Yeah.
we need to get these people. We need to convert them to a winning strategy.
Well, it's part of the tip of the spear of that is Dan Clancy and his anti-Semitic trust and safety team.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a great episode!
Dude, last thing. Fucking Reddit banned the Hassan Piker snark subreddit.
Wow.
Did they really?
They unironically did when it had the identical terms and service of the H3 snark subreddit. Exactly. It was lifted verbatim from that. Had active moderation.
Were they doing brigading stuff?
Nope. Nothing. And the reason it was shut down was for harassment. When on the fucking H3 site, they're doxing employees
Of H3?
Of H3. This is someone on the Reddit admin team went out and specifically banned.
So does this metastasize to a Reddit campaign?
No, I think it's certainly there is this like concentrated sect of power, and their fucking days are definitely coming to an end. So it'll be interesting. But that said, regardless, either we'll get unbanned or we'll make a new one, and then we'll go from there because it's a good place to have a category of all the insane, fucked up anti-Semitic shit that Hassan has done over the.
You got to wear two hats then, buddy. Don't let that distract you. The infighting hat
Nah.
distract you from the
From what?
other,
What other
the bigger
stuff?
projects. I think you're part of this, Dan. I think
What bigger projects?
of taking our country back.
Oh no, that's shit. That you guys got a hold of that for sure. I'm good with the. I have a single mind, and that is of Dan Clancy and Steve
Okay.
and Steve Boom.
Do you think I should have anything that I need to keep in mind for tomorrow?
For peers?
Yeah, hold on.
They're gonna try and make you look like a fucking idiot, right?
Yeah.
That's
I only
that.
agreed though because my boy is on that.
Medi?
No, he's cool. Anthony Scaramucci. I love that guy.
Oh, he's cool.
So the other three, this is gonna be hard.
Have a Red Bull?
The other three are we've got. I don't know who this is. Kat Timpf.
I don't know
Never
who
heard
that
of it.
is.
One is Larry Wilmore. Don't know that.
No.
But the third one, Sean Spicer.
Where does he even stand? Wasn't he on Dancing with the Stars? I don't know what he does. He might,
Wasn't he? I thought
was the
doesn't he
old
work with
press
like
secretary.
OAN
He
or
was in-
Newsmax
yeah.
or something now?
Yeah, but he's not that well spoken.
I don't care.
who's that guy?
That's a Trump loyalist.
So you're gonna go after? Have some balls and go after him.
Yeah. So I should just be unhinged.
I'm not asking you. Be
You said to be unhinged. You said have some balls.
I would say, look, why are they inviting him on?
to beat up on him.
They want a blue-haired liberal that looks like a blue-haired liberal to make him cry and be sad.
I'm gonna wear my combat vest tomorrow.
Like, unironically, look like a fucking Giga Chad and be like,
Yeah.
something. That's what I would do. You know why they're inviting you there.
I'm bringing my Pfizer jacket, and my sunglasses.
Say shit. Be you.
I'm gonna use racial slurs.
Don't be shrill. No, don't use racial.
I
slurs.
will.
Just
The
know why
worst
they're bringing
ones.
you there. If you know why they want you there, you can fucking use that against them 100%. Know that every moment they're going to be trying to clip you out of context. They're going to be doing their clips and all that type of shit. Know all that and fucking twist the narrative and
Hard
fucking
R.
dominate them.
America's in your hands.
In Spanish.
Wear a big, be like Kanye and wear a fucking mask over your face and go to the interview that way, right? That's what you need to do, that level of insanity.
I'm just gonna get my biggest Pisco outfit on, and I'm gonna say, I hope the transfer of power is so peaceful.
Shed a single tear at the speech.
Okay.
Anything else, Stephen?
Shut up. Is there anything else we need to go over?
I don't know. If there is in the chat, let us know.
Well, are we?
Listen.
I mean, we didn't do anything on my list, so.
What was on your list?
No, a ton of shit I paid for. None of it got used, but that's fine. They got paid either way. I mean, so.
Well, I'll still be cut. The Trump administration is going to have the new Trump administration, V2, kill me, is going to have a bunch of like new fucked up shit every day, every week. I'm going to keep my eye close to that stuff. I'm not going to stop. And I know Stephen And I even think Dan and I think members of this community, you guys aren't just going to give up. So I know
Hold
that
on,
sucks.
Josiah wants a quick phone
Yeah.
call. We'll see what's going on. What does this fucking loser want? Oh boy, we should just get a webcam there because you guys.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just bring mine back. The shitty fucking Brio. What do you want? Hey, do you like the back of my head? Wait a second. No, hold on.
Ridiculous. What's
Oh
that
no!
from?
Wait. That's bad. You see the back of someone's head? It means they're giving you a blowjob.
Oh.
You're giving me great brain.
Fuck.
Okay. But listen, no, it's great. I
I fucked myself.
A+. No, A1. Steven, so Piers dropped an episode today, and the thing that he's hitting people with is how long it took Kamala to formally concede to Trump, okay? He's like, with all the outrage about Trump not conceding, why did it take Kamala so long? Why didn't she do it immediately? That's going to be the big gotcha, so you have to be prepared for that.
Okay, I will. I'm going to lock all my firearms up so I don't have anything close to me to blow my own brains out when he tries to give me that talking point. I'll do my best.
Yeah, perfect. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Dan, Pisco, Destiny, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
He thinks his He thinks his background everything looks bad. It doesn't. It looks good.
I think it fits him.
I didn't see it.
Jesus, what a horrible. Oh my
that mean?
God.
What'd you
Oh
think?
my
That was
God.
a
Jesus,
meme.
you
It's a
should have just
meme.
not. Oh
It's
my
a meme.
God.
It was very. Actually, I remembered it. It was very like Home and Gardens. Like I thought like he was about to teach me about like arts
Like
and crafts.
pottery.
Hey, wait, call us back. Hold on, 1 second. I just want to see it again. Yeah, hold on.
What the
Hold on. Hold on.
supposed to be?
Oh my God. Are you going to do 3-minute crafts today? Are we going to be making some macaroni noodle houses?
Wait.
No, I'm talking
All right. Yeah. Actually,
shit.
no. It's got to go.
Against my live, laugh, love.
No. Yeah. It's got to go. It's got to go. You are a serious political commentator, and you know what that is? That's some Martha Stewart
I've got a
shit.
globe.
Oh my God. A globe.
No. Yeah, we gotta.
You're rich enough now. It's time to go. Sorry. You know that we're right.
What is this supposed to be? What
Okay, not that. You know, like, take a picture of yourself right now, and then replace yourself with Martha Stewart. Okay, and you know that's the exact same thing that Martha Stewart would have.
No, hers would be jail bars. It'd be prison bars.
But
right?
she
When
was there so long ago. Yeah, you know, unironically, you just fucked yourself. Martha Stewart's background would be way cooler than yours. It fucking would.
Fuck you.
Oh, it would be. It would be sick. She'd have like a picture of herself behind bars. She'd have like a fucking
This is
Snoop Dogg
classy.
shit.
This is dignified. There's no pleasing you guys.
No,
When it was
you
fucking
are
light-
you are a
when it was-
middle-aged
when it was
woman.
Ruminate, when it was listen, my favorite band is Journey. Okay, so you're not entirely off. But when I was Ruminate, I got shit from you guys. When it was the lights, I got shit from.
Hold on. You know what we can do? We got a solution.
Yeah.
What's the name? The magician bro. Send him out there.
Albert?
Albert, you need to let Albert go to your place and fuck your shit up. Start from scratch.
Albert.
I think it looks nice, Josiah.
I'm getting
Fuck
a
these
message
guys.
from
These guys are
Girl
haters.
World. Girl World says it's very French country woman. It's like women went to Target.
Who's girl? Is that Joe?
No, I didn't say anything. I said Girl World.
Okay, I'm assuming it's Joe. And by the way, listen, I gotta say, the fact that you were standing Merrick Garland, Brian Tyler Cohen, is something I find really offensive. Just for the record, you will
See
not
my
be
Twitter.
that
See my
long.
Twitter.
How happy, Josiah, how happy were you, though, when Brian came out and Pisco was cowering in the corner
Oh my
when Brian
God.
was just
Oh.
laying into Merrick Garland about how shameful his performance
I
was?
did the body posture, that's sort of
Oh
thing.
my God! So I'm not trying to have a bunch of infighting right now. That's also why I'm trying to take it easy on everyone. I'm not like we should not be fighting amongst ourselves right now. We should be trying to find some fucking thing that works. I don't want to relitigate Merrick Garland and the
Fighting
fucking
with Dan?
investigations.
Weren't you fighting with
We
Dan
need to get
when he
over
was
it.
proposing-
The investigations are done. We need to tactically use January 6th. That's it.
When Dan was proposing, robust unilateral executive action,
Giving
weren't you
nukes
fighting
to
that?
Ukraine.
Wait, hold on.
five,
Wait,
just five.
did you not like that? Wait, hold on 1 second. What did you think of those ideas, though, in the thought process I was going through there?
The nuke thing, admittedly, is a bit extreme. But the point is, if he's a lame duck for 3 months, yeah, he should use the powers at his disposal. to
Fucking
the best
A.
of his ability.
Fucking A. Yeah.
Well, hold on. To be clear, neither me nor Pisco disagree with that. There's just not much you can really do.
Liars.
Okay.
We're not disagreeing.
Okay, he should lift the restriction that is in place on Ukrainians'
If he
missiles
thinks
right
it's
now.
in the
He
best
can't
interest
do
of
it.
Ukraine to
But he
do it.
can't even do that
He can.
effectively. Okay.
There's a thing. They gave him a bunch of missiles, but it has a
thing.
restriction.
Okay.
They did.
There's a thing.
Wait, am I right?
Yeah, he can unilaterally lift.
Boom! Headshot.
Unilaterally do what?
Well, any restrictions that he's imposing on because the executive is given so much deference with respect to foreign policy and military policy, any sort of restrictions that he's imposing on Israel. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying he can
Israel?
at any
They're not
point.
even talking about the same
lift
country.
restrictions.
We're talking about Ukraine.
We're talking about Ukraine, you dipshit.
What did I say?
Israel.
Get him out of here, dude. Get this guy
He
out.
meant Ukraine.
He's still drunk.
obviously.
He's still drunk. He's still drunk.
Oh,
from
don't
yesterday.
let they do the
Oh my
misspoke
God.
thing on me
Get
all
out
the
of here.
time.
Get out of
It's
here.
like, oh, you misspoke. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
I made a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
I apologize. And by the way, Steven,
Oh, God.
why are you forming an alliance with Pisco when Pisco is the ultimate Merrick Garland? Pisco, by
Wait, why have I formed an alliance with Pisco on?
you both just yelled at me. What are you talking about?
Well,
alliance.
yeah, because you
short-term memory.
listen. Sometimes you got to keep them in line. Need some consequences for dumb shit, and you just did that. So me and Pisco, we had to fuck you.
What do you think of the? What do you think of her speech? Because I saw you watched it, but I didn't get to hear your reaction.
Who, Kamala's?
Yeah.
It was so presidential, and all I could think about while watching it was, God, I bet Pisco has a single tear rolling down his face with how beautiful this speech is. That's all I could think of it as.
I think that she needed to peacefully transfer the power. Do you guys disagree with that?
No, I mean, I listen. I don't expect her to do.
Not what you would expect, Josiah.
it's
Stop
just-
this weaselness.
The one thing that I'm a little bit disappointed, if I'm being fair, is since we're deficit spending anyway, I wish they would have bought like just a giant red carpet to roll out for Trump when he's walking up to the White. I think that would have been nice. Maybe one that goes all the way from where he lives. I don't know where he lives now. You just a really, really nice long red carpet, so you could just take a stroll down, maybe with all of his followers, back to the Capitol, then to the White House.
What did you want? You wanted her to contest the results of the election?
No, no.
I want her to come out, drop some N-bombs, say this motherfucker's crazy, and just leave.
I mean, she did in a roundabout way kind of hit him hard. The peaceful transfer of power is something which always must be observed.
Wow, hard. That's such a hard hit. Wow, Pisco, good one.
Wait a minute. Listen, I think for the tone that she had to strike, she's not going to violate the peaceful transfer of power, right? So she has to thread two separate needles. All I wish is...
You're still weaseling. The question wasn't what is she going to do, it's what you would want her to do. Would you want her to, I don't know, talk some shit, say there was fraud, not
She needed to come out in a giant fucking bandage like J-Reg did on my Bridgers episode. She needed to come out in a giant bandage. She just said, my head is fucked up right now. I hope I don't fuck up the count of the votes on January 6th, LOL. That's what she needed to do.
Are you talking to me or Steven, Pisco?
I'm talking to you, Josiah.
I didn't have any issue with how she handled it.
Oh, okay. I asked the question and you
just assumed.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Just because I'm asking Steven a question doesn't mean that I object to how Kamala Harris did what she did.
Okay. Well, then I'm glad that we both thought it was a fantastic and beautiful speech.
Yeah,
The best.
She had also said, by the way, and I also formally recommended that President Biden discharge Merrick Garland effective immediately. That would have been the ultimate cap to it. So.
Okay, well, come on. Would you really fire your attorney general that close to the transfer of power? That'd be insane, wouldn't it be?
That'd be wild.
Wouldn't it be?
No,
Yeah.
because then the acting attorney general would or the deputy attorney general would become the acting attorney general.
Yeah.
Time to move on, boys.
By the way,
Time to move
think
on.
about it.
Yeah.
But also, as slow as Merrick Garland moves, it would take him till January 20th to probably leave his office.
leave office?
Anyway, so, yeah.
Time to move on.
Yep. And that's why Hunter Biden needs to be pardoned too. Can't wait for that one. Yeah?
You think he'll do it?
No.
I don't think so either. Why? Why not? Just fucking who gives a shit at this
I think
point?
just because he promised he wouldn't. I think Biden's.
Do you know why? You want me to tell you right now? Wait.
Sure.
First, how do you feel about Hunter Biden being pardoned? Honestly?
He wants it to be
I
pardoned.
mean, I would say it's probably a formal act of corruption, but I just wouldn't care about it.
Let me help you. Ready? Okay? You and I, we got to be the same page. Don't listen to me right now, okay? We are getting on the same page against Pisco, okay? Honest to God, I think that Biden should pardon Hunter just so that Trump can't do it. Because if Trump does it,
Trump has talked about doing it,
Yeah.
and I could see him pulling that sort of stunt, as a gesture of unity, which means absolutely fucking nothing because we don't care about Hunter Biden, even though it sounds like he was done dirty on the gun form. By the way, was he prosecuted and convicted on the taxes or the gun form?
I think it was both, wasn't it?
He pled guilty on everything.
It was like 2 felony counts and like 5 misdemeanors on the taxes shit.
So my question is, would you consider it corrupt? I guess I would, just because it's his son, right? But there's no like contingencies or qualifiers for the pardon power. Would the three of you consider it corrupt? Because I've heard some people say,
Yes, I would. I
No,
think
of course
that he's
not.
a
That's
tax
just following
cheat.
the laws as written.
I think he's
that Hunter Biden would be the sort of person.
Corruption is meaningless. It just means bad. He has complete authority to pardon whoever he wants for whatever reason. There is no restriction. So is it bad and feels bad? Yes. Is it corrupt? That's a meaningless,
But that's the thing.
meaningless word.
Is it bad if like?
Yeah, it's probably bad to. Yeah, it's
Yes.
probably bad.
I thought the whole point of the pardon was like, people who are repentant and yada yada. Like, is that negated by the fact that it's his son? I just defaulted to it's corrupt because it's his son, but some people I've heard make the argument.
There's an inherent conflict there that if he wanted to do it the right way, he would, farm it out to someone who's able to put their bias aside. But and I don't want that to happen. I want us to fight with more temerity, with more cojones, but I don't want us to cross certain lines, and I don't want us to do
not actually use
corrupt
the
shit.
cojones. Well, wait a minute. Who would he farm it out to? He's the only one with pardon power.
No, the decision. I'm.
Can he give the power to someone else?
No, you say.
He wants him to come out on stage with a magic 8-ball and shake it.
The Merrick Garland.
Yeah, right. Who's gonna get pardoned?
You would hand the case over to those who actually bring pardon recommendations before the president in the first place.
As long as it was a special counsel who was a Republican, then he would farm it.
Josiah, I mean,
That's true, yeah.
it's getting tired because you're just gonna be like Trump didn't do. Yeah, I agree. Trump is a piece of shit, and I'm not willing.
Pisco, are you drunk? Have you been drinking Modelo? I didn't say anything about it. I just want to clarify.
Oh, it sounded like
strawmanning you a lot.
It sounded like you were being a little sarcastic. I'm sorry.
I feel like Pisco, because he got to talk to Brian before you. Now Pisco's like high on his fucking britches,
Oh
and he's just
my
like strawmanning
God.
you like crazy. I think that's what's
Aren't
happening
they
right
like comparable in the size of their channel?
Fuck no, are you kidding me? He's got 3.5 million subscribers.
Never mind.
I've
now. It's all the same to Pisco.
14th of
Wait, that guy was a big guy before us?
Yeah.
Oh,
One of the largest left-leaning.
rip.
Well, okay.
Are you guys going to form an alliance? Are you doing the network thing?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Good for you guys. All right, good.
What are we doing? You'll know. You'll know. If we do anything, you'll know. You'll know before Pisco does. Before this Garland simp does. Trust me.
The orders will be coming out.
Yeah, all right.
All right, love you, buddy.
Guys.
Later.
That guy.
That guy.
He's
the
crazy. He
future.
wants us to break so many norms.
He could be a politician.
Josiah?
Yeah.
Depends on how many skeletons are in his closet. Actually, you know what? It doesn't. Well, only if
let's
he
get him to
runs as a
run for
Republican.
something.
If
Let's
he's a
get him to run for
Republican,
some
fine.
shit.
Could you imagine we gassed him up?
Let's get him to run for some shit. Why the fuck not?
That's like so fucked up. It's like
He's got the accent and everything, yeah?
it's like telling some kid who has like a special needs, whatever, be like, oh,
Whoa.
sorry.
I thought it'd be funny because Josiah.
It's not good when you say you think it's gonna be funny.
I think it'd be funny because Josiah would suffer legitimately. It would be agonizing for him to be in a debate against a fucking conservative or to have to run that campaign and deal with the attack
I think he
ads.
does a good job.
But I think it's not because he'd be stupid or unqualified.
no, I didn't say that. I would be like,
Oh,
it's
you're just
telling,
putting a special ed kid.
It's like if you're
Special ed
told to
kid
special
a
ed
juice
kids,
box.
you should go and you should try out for the fucking sports team, like that type of thing. That's what I was suggesting. Not that he was special ed.
We need new blood.
Yeah.
Excuse me? New blood?
What type of blood?
Violent rhetoric. Wow.
Wow. We need to find some people to do a better job than the current people because the current
True.
people suck.
Yeah, that's because the current people are all fucking dumb.
Let's go to Pelosi's district right now.
Sorry.
Is she done running? I thought she said like 2 times before, whatever, that she wasn't going to run anymore.
What
Did
does
she-
it? What does it take to actually like win the House? Is it feasible?
Right now?
Let's say in 2 years, or do they
Yes,
do it?
100%.
Let's say Miami's up. How hard is it for Steve to win?
Oh, Jesus. No, we're not doing that. The problem is I just wouldn't want it. Because we would have to like give up our whole careers. Fuck that. Josiah wouldn't do it either.
You would. It's like a full-time like sucking dick fest, basically, right? Like going out and meeting people.
You'd have to
like,
run a whole ass campaign and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah. It's not possible. Like unless you desire that. Yeah, I guess
Well, then
that's
we
the
need to
case.
find people.
Yeah, but the problem is the people. You know what it is? The people that crave power like that are always the people you don't want there.
You put them in front of the mirror with the Sorcerer's Stone, and it's only the ones that don't want it that have it in their pocket.
Yes. Yes.
We need our own version of Project 2028.
We need Project 69.
Project 69. Just a list of candidates to support and fucking abased people.
Every
Only based
single
people.
one is Rosenstein, Eli Stein, Finkelstein. We're going to find the
And
best
you need to
list
stop
of
with that
candidates.
shit.
Oh, sorry, that was too far. My bad. They're eating the cats and the dogs, by the way. Shithole country is poisoning the blood of our
guess I just
nation,
leave
by
it
the
on
way.
now,
Are
Yeah.
you defending those comments?
Which comments?
The cats and dogs?
Of course I'm not.
So what do you have to say about Trump, pushing that shit?
I hate Trump.
Okay.
You guys are acting like I love Trump.
Okay.
Have you
do.
seen my Twitter?
You love Trump.
I
I bet he's your phone background.
You did have a hat that was basically a Trump hat masquerading as a Kamala hat.
True.
The camo hat?
That was
It was a joyful hat.
That is like the mocking Democrats hat, kind of, a little bit. What Democrat would have a camouflage hat? Come on.
That's the loser mentality.
What can I say? I'm a loser.
You're saying Democrats can only come from liberal arts colleges.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Maybe a lot of Democrats do wear camo. That's why we didn't see any of them at the polls.
No, it's because they watched Hassan's stream. They got their guidance, their talking points. God, what
What a day.
Yesterday, what time did you fall asleep yesterday?
I don't know, like 1 o'clock or something.
4 a.m.
I just went upstairs and went to sleep.
I couldn't sleep for a few hours. I was just thinking, like,
What's up? Great. Checked my Twitter, my Instagram. Got a couple hundred
Bans
death
done?
threats. What?
oh, sorry. I went on Reddit and I saw that I was like, the fucking purge. I already knew it was happening. It was nice to see someone
see
besides
banning
me.
people?
Fucking, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Ah, God, to witness it in action was amazing.
I was getting like, we're putting you in a camp. We're deporting
Oh
you
yeah, I
and
got
your
a lot of that.
family.
That's good. Yeah, a lot of friendly troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking cooked right now. But
Perfect.
there's nothing you can do. So what's next for you, Pisco? So
listen,
we didn't get to have our episode with you. What
I
do you-
know. I know.
And it's not the bridges. What are you? You're an attorney.
Yeah.
Do you actually do any attorneying, or is that just
yes,
for show?
Yes, I
Do
work
you
for a
know what
firm.
this guy's billable hours are?
Stop. Let's.
I don't want to know where you work.
Yeah,
Anything.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
curious though. But you are actually
Yes.
that's your
He's
main
a
job.
real attorney.
Yeah, I do legal work.
Not like a fake attorney. Not like someone who has a. We actually talked with one guy and he's like
The problem is that he's enough of a real attorney that we should not have this conversation because if you start, people are going to instantly know way too much about him.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So all I'm trying to say is, I think that there's some soul searching that everyone needs to do, and I think that, to the extent that you guys are, or there needs to be a new media presence, a new push from the Democrats, from the left wing, to get some winners,
Omni-liberal media.
get some winners. I want to be a part of a winning movement.
So this is the Daily Wire that Steve needs to create.
Tomorrow on stream, I'm going to soul search for so long.
because what the fuck, guys? This is America elected Donald Trump twice.
Or 3 times if you believe Donald Trump.
And that shit is fucked. And we need to get some winners in these districts.
What would it
and
take for you to move down here and do a show with Steve?
the right offer?
Jesus.
That's it? See, think about it, Steve. We got all this. Get big enough, you can rent a fucking apartment next door. Just keep doing more and more studios.
I listen. It's a little bit tongue cheek, but like I want to help out the movement. I want to help out the effort to get fucking winners on ballots and to win some elections.
You value this stuff.
I do.
You know what? I actually believe you, and I feel impassioned myself. Like I've taken up a cause.
Yeah.
Recently, and I feel a little bit. I feel a little passionate. Like you can't. Yours is very grand and very large. But that said, it's nice to have passion about something.
I don't make any money off any of the shit I do. I mean, I got like $12 from Elon on my Twitter. I get like $100 on some Twitch subs. The only reason I'm doing this is because I love this fucking country. And I believe that there are DGGers, there are people who watch the stream who love this country too, because I get their messages. They say, I didn't really think about these issues the way Steven did, the way you did, the way Josiah did. And so I believe there are true patriots out there who believe in this country and its values. And that inspires me to just
This patriot is standing back and standing by.
Yeah, so let's get it done. Let's think about. Let's be strategic. Don't be dumb. Let's not be hysterical either. But we need to make some changes, and we'll get them done, and we'll be ready for the next time.
Wow.
What last names are you looking to deport first?
The criminals,
Oh, so
only those, and maybe others.
any specific last names?
Spicer.